Welcome back. 2022 NXL World Cup, the Champions Cup, brought to you by Bunker Kings. We are here in Kissimmee, Florida. I'm Addy Marshall alongside Rich Telfer. The set coming up, third set of the day. We're in the prelim round. It's going to be Baltimore Revo taking on Lucky 15s and Red Legion taking on NRG Elite. Legion took a loss to the Lucky 15s, a young upstart, aggressive team here from England. And they were pretty impressive. There's one of their bruisers out there, Tilbury, plays the bags side, as they call it. Call them the Doritos, and the Brits call them the bags. But
so he's a bag specialist?
He is a bag specialist.
Right.
Yeah, but you may find him somewhere else. But yeah, they got Nick Ripple out there. They picked up Nick Ripple from Breakout Spa, one of the best players in Europe. They got their captain, Clint Moore. He had some big moments for them in that win over Legion. And let's see who else they're going to go. The starting five. Probably should have Levy out there. And Mason, it looks like, is... they had some really good points for him. Now, Revo, see if they can take down these aggressive, young, hungry players coming over from Europe. And it looks like they're going to be losing Ripple here early for the Lucky 15s. They're starting from the blue side. They're in the green jerseys. So it's 5-on-4 in favor of Revo.
Yeah, Revo doubled up that back center, Matty, but instead of doubling the back center, the second guy floated in the open. And when you do that, you have really good shots. You kind of pick your side. And I believe he got that first guy going to the center for Lucky. So 4-on-5 advantage here for Revo. Lucky attacking, though, on the Dorito side, losing another player, so 5-on-4 advantage now for Revo. Revo communicating really well in the middle of the field, Matty. You can see all the guys talking back and forth, their heads turning back and forth as they talk to each other. Lucky continue attack, now getting again up to the 50 or 45-yard line of the Dorito side. I like the fact that although there's only 3 players left for Lucky, all of them are in attack positions or key positions on the field where they can either control a lane or launch through the middle if necessary.
Yeah, the Lucky 15s are not going to play slow. They're going to be making moves. They love to play on their toes, and Revo likes to play that type of paintball as well too, and they put themselves in some decent positions. They might be losing Sheer as he's getting checked out. Looks like he's good to go. And Rob Velez played really good in that first one, getting into the wedge constantly, and he's there now. It's a good crossfield spread for the most part. They don't have Benny Carroll out wide yet, but with a 2-body advantage, we'll see if Benny eventually works his way out to the snake side. He shouldn't go now, though, as there's guns that way.
Yeah, now that they're up 2 bodies, right, they don't really have to do anything, right? It's a 5-on-3 advantage here, so as long as Revo just takes their time, it kind of forces Lucky to continually gunfight and hold the lanes little by little. Uh-oh, Benny Carroll's getting a check. Never like it when you see the referee run and pull somebody's hopper off of a bunker. Luckily, there was no paint there. So Benny's okay. Benny's doing a really good job of containing Lucky over here on the snake side of the field. Revo now moving up to the Dorito side, to the Dorito 4 position. Benny Carroll now taking the walk, so 5-on-3 goes to 4-on-3 because Revo never switches to offense and attacks.
Yeah, that's a tough death for Benny in that situation.
Island ball, right? It's just that position. Revo attacking on the Dorito side with the second player now. Again, 4-on-3 advantage for Revo as they attack on the Dorito side. They've got 3 players over there on the Dorito side, 2 in each Dorito, 1 in the little baby, and then 1 in the wedge here, snake side. Lucky's got snake side wedge, center wall, and Dorito 4. This game is really kind of slowed down, or I should say this point is really slowed down. It's the first point of the match, but we've already burned off probably more time in this point than we have any other point so far this morning.
Yeah, and that's because the Lucky 15s lost a couple bodies and they were in really good positions, and Revo's trying to work them out. Now that here comes the push as they lose Clint, and then looks like Henry's going to come through and bunker out Mason, and that leaves just 1 body left alive right now for the Lucky 15s.
Yeah, a little reposition. Goes back to what he thinks is a better position.
I don't know where he is.
That's where he gets another one, Matty.
And then Velez might be getting a penalty. The referee's in there pulling him out, and it looks like he's not going to get a penalty, but they lose Sheer as well, too.
Might be a 1-on-1.
It's Levy again. Levy had some really nice points for him in the first one, in some real clutch moments, getting the better of Malloy, and then now brings this low body situation. I think it was a 1-on-2, maybe even a 1-on-3, all the way down to a 1-on-1, but he still has to win this one. I think it's O'Mara left, who's arguably the best player on Revo.
Well, if you ask him, he's definitely the best player on Revo. But Levy's down, got no clips in his pack, Matt. Looks like he might be low on paint. He is pressing the issue a lot, too, which also makes me believe he thinks he's low on paint. Working his way back to the buzzer is the Lucky 15 player, Levy.
It is O'Mara. Stephen O'Mara here, locked in a 1-on-1 against Levy. Ooh, Levy Accurate shots there, making O'Mara check in. They're back and forth here. Oh, and O'Mara gets the shot in on Levy and gives him a couple extra here. So the veteran will prevail against the rookie to put the first point on the board. It's going to be for Baltimore Revo, and he's just going to check off and make sure that there's no one left alive. That was a bit of a chaotic point on the finish, but considering that it was a 5-on-3 situation for a while, the fact that it came all the way down to a 1-on-1, yeah, it didn't work out for the Lucky 15s, but that's not a terrible point for him.
Got Adam Gardner coming up and saying hi. So we got a little time in between this next point. Here comes Red Legion. They'll be coming out from the red side of the field. And then we've got NRG coming out from the blue side of the field. Should be an interesting match. Both of these teams struggle with their first match, so what we're looking for now is the adjustments that both of these captains and both of these coaches have made so that they can obviously come back and try not to have the result they had the first game, right? And NRG and they kind of struggle doing the same thing. They kind of struggle penetrating through the middle. They kind of struggle a little bit on their breakouts. So we'll see which one of the coaching staffs kind of made the best adjustments moving forward into this match.
Yeah, so right now looking into the pits with the Lucky 15s. We're about 10 seconds away from jumping into first point with Legion and NRG, and Legion needs a win right now as they dropped one to the Lucky 15s. If you're just tuning in, NRG Elite, they also need a win as well, too, as they drop their first one to Revo, so both these teams.
Oh, Sergey releasing all the way. This is what I want to see Sergey doing earlier, Matty, releasing all the way to that window and controlling from the top of that window because a lot of players aren't able to. Oh! Kirill gets shot going to the center of the field. Red Legion down one player, 4-on-5 advantage here for NRG. And I think that they know that Sergey's in there. They're putting pressure over the top. He's putting pressure back. Can Sergey stay alive up there, or are they going to be NRG players going to be able to eliminate him out of there? Good field to the corner from the Red Legion player. NRG goes through, gets Sergey off the field, looks like. Yep, oh, gets him and stays alive clean, Matt. So 3-on-5 advantage with NRG player now on Red Legion side of the field. NRG playing this field much better at this point, Matt.
Well, Rich, we were asking for aggression out of them, right?
Yep.
More consistent aggression, and we're definitely getting it here as they are pushing the issue and looking really good here, chopping up some bodies. Just a couple bodies left alive, it looks like right now on your screen here for Red Legion. Now, can NRG Elite finish this one off, though?
Yeah.
Trying to find a way, and here comes Bowen. Bowen's going to come through.
Bowen forced that. He should have stayed alive longer, right, Matty?
I also think Bowen might have got shot in his back by one of his own players, too. I think he definitely got shot by the Red Legion as well, but...
Red Legion drops another tacker Dorito side, Matty. I believe there's only one player left, or two players left alive for Legion. I can see the laydown wedge. I cannot see the Dorito corner.
Yeah, Karslev a little frustrated, I think, coming off, and maybe did not know that lane was full of paint that he just ran through. Buffton's now going to launch, and he's going to get up into the 50-yard line. Definitely tall enough to play that spot the way it should be played.
Yeah, two Red Legion players left alive. Britnikov is here in the juice box. And I think it's Smotrop. Oh, just gets caught, dotted over the eye. And Britnikov fills out to the snake corner. But Matty's just going to be too little too late. It's going to be a 1-on-3 here. And I think they know exactly where he's at.
Not a perfect finish by NRG Elite, but good enough, right?
Much better play, right?
Yeah, I mean,
they played the field right at least.
But also I like the fact that they were erring on the side of aggression.
Yeah,
so
for
things
sure.
were going really well for him. But Dennis was still alive. Looks like the only mistake was maybe just a little bit too early on the move from Bowen.
Yep.
But even that allowed them to get into better position. So can't really criticize that too much. That was just a great first point here as we look at some of the replays. And there goes Kirill Pridney as he gets up into the center, get taken out. And then here's that move from Bowen. Look at his back. Yeah, so he gets shot in his back by his own team and then also caught a ball in the front from Legion. And then Karslev tried to make a move up on that DSAT. He got taken out. And this was Malloy as one of the last players left alive in that back corner. Going to have a little cleanup to do. So he gets chicken winged. This is NRG Elite in the pits. Yeah, much better point, though. Much better start, right? They just looked like themselves again. Lucky 15s losing a close one in that first point here to Revo because of Steven O'Mara.
Lucky 15 essentially snake on the break, Matt. He went to the corner, dove directly in, and they also attacked on the Dorito 4 over there. And it looks like they're both clean. So Lucky 15 taking a big risk on the break, taking two big high-risk spots and making them both, Matt. Let's see if they can capitalize on this. Keep Revo in the pocket, force Revo to make some mistakes, get right back in this match.
Yeah, here comes Nick Ripple all the way onto Revo's side of the field. They have no idea that he's there.
He got one. Oh, wow. He did not get that guy. Did that guy not get shot, Matt?
I thought I saw something, and the ref maybe thinks he saw something too. Is he's going to get in there and check him out?
Now he
yeah, body coming off.
Wow, that was...
Nick Ripple getting taken out, though.
Yeah. Ripple should have been protesting that elimination a little bit more vigorously. Revo dodging a bullet there. They've got one in the small Dorito, one in the tower behind him.
Spencer quickly into D3 off the break, and he's still alive. They lost Ripple. It's a 4-on-4 situation. Oh, they lose Clint, too. So 3-on-4 here in favor of the Lucky 15s. I haven't seen another body come off, as Benny Carroll's now going to get a snake, too, for Revo, but he gets shot.
3-on-3, Matty?
Yeah, 3-on-3 situation. And there's no one
players for Revo on the D side.
Took words right out of my mouth. No one on the snake side at all right now with that death of Benny Carroll. So that seems to be their game plan. He's out on the island. He's walking off, shoulders slumped in frustration. But there goes Spencer. So it's just Levy, who's been absolutely outstanding here early on for Lucky 15s. And a couple more bodies come off here for Revo. So Levy is just eating people alive, but then he gets caught over the top.
2-on-1, 1-on-1.
Yeah, so it was, I believe, another 1-on-1. And then, but with Levy coming off, that should do it. So Chaotic points out here, yeah, because it looks like there goes Sheer as well too. So yeah, I think there was just one player left alive right now for Revo.
Yeah, 1-on-1.
Yeah, 1-on-1 here as Mason's in that back center. So Mason comes out, locked in a 1-on-1. Who is this for Revo? Is that, oh, it's Velez. Ravelez, the veteran here, locked in a 1-on-1 against Mason. Oh, and I think he eats him up alive, or eats him up over the top of that. So two veterans have clocked in 1-on-1s right now for Baltimore Revo to make this a 2-0 match.
Yeah, and Rob does not hit that buzzer, understanding that this will give them a 1-point, now 2-point lead, and eats up as much clock as Lucky 15 will allow him. Lucky 15 should probably concede this point.
Yeah, they need to preserve the time, and Velez is just going to chill, take a knee, and let the clock. And yeah, that's at least 10, 15 seconds that got wasted here.
Unless Lucky 15 is just that confident that they're going to go out and smash that next point, and it's just like a bravado thing. Like, yeah, let the clock grow, bro. You're just screwing yourself.
They're making it entertaining, that's for sure.
And that's really all we ask. We, you know, obviously we have our favorites on who we'd like to win, but really what we're looking for is entertaining paintball. And so far, we've had it. NRG looked pretty good that first point. Big switch from that first match to the second match. More penetration to the center of the field, survived the breakout better.
There's Jim McGowan, coach. And there's Levy. Levy's been going off, man. He's probably their MVP right now. I mean, they've had a couple guys that had some big points in that first one, but Levy is he's been outstanding. The problem is couldn't capitalize and finish off that 1-on-1, and neither could Mason. So, you know, it's the veterans have prevailed here. It's a 2-0 right now. NRG very aggressive in that first point. Let's see if they go with aggression again. They're going to lose a body on the break. It's 4-on-5 as Legion gets Sergey up to the center wall off the break, and there goes another body and a penalty. Yeah, it's going to be a quick one here for Legion to tie it up.
Yeah, 2-on-5 advantage for Legion. Probably going to be able to sneak out this point, although Sergey gets shot, Matty. 2-on-4 now. Sergey has not been producing up there the way I kind of expected him to produce up there. I thought he'd be up there like a fat kid at a buffet, just eating people up left and right. But again, he didn't get to make that first practice.
He's been pushing the issue, playing like Sergey, just playing on his toes, and he is being aggressive. So, you know, the problem, right, is that you only have 3 games in the prelims instead of the traditional 4.
True.
So there's not as many options to get that flow and figure out this field. So,
and you probably want to peak, you know, more in your later games, right? So if he's just figuring stuff out now, then so be it. The last 2 NRG players in the back center and the juice box are doing a really good job of holding off the 4 Red Legion players now.
Oh, Karslev just got shot in the leg.
Went from a 5-on-2 to a 4-on-2, now a 3-on-2. Red Legion is not doing a great job of communicating and closing out, Matty. I'm kind of surprised that Smochov hasn't backed up and kind of filled into the snake and gone down the snake. A little surprised they haven't penetrated through either into the tower or the wing on either side of that 50 wall. Lots of opportunities to go forward here and put more pressure on the last 2 NRG players. But we see a lot of these games in practice, Matt, where guys would completely lose track of the count, have no idea, shoot 2 on the break or 3 on the break, have no idea, and just sit there pumping their guns thinking it's a 5 on 5 when it's a 2 on 5 or 3 on 5.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what could have happened here. Smochop now not feeling a lot of pressure, so standing over the top, putting pressure on the back center and the juice box.
And here comes Malloy's going to crawl, get into the snake. He's going to crawl past the 50 here.
Finally,
and Smochop's been just gunfighting mightily from that wedge pretty much the entire point so far. And Malloy's going to take all this ground because they're allowing him. No one's putting any pressure on him.
Let's see how Malloy's first snap is. His first snap is elimination. His second snap is an elimination. And then he goes forward. He's one of the finest tuned androids in the business.
Well, he won the money at the last event, courtesy of McKinley Mosley and Associates. But so yeah, we're giving out cash prizes for move of the event. If you need a lawyer to represent you for property claims, McKinley Mosley and Associates are your guys and girls. And also Bunker King's going to be giving away some money as well too for the MVP. And then we also have Adam Gardner, and courtesy of the Lux, he's got a new app, Lyratext. You can text lyrics to songs in memes. We'll talk more about that. We've got a commercial for that. He's giving away a Lux.
That's cool.
A custom Lux for that for best celebration.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so
we'll give
you. So there's kind of a lot at stake out here.
Barrel drag. I like that now that we're
Ellie.
definitely not playing paintball anymore. They're giving people money and incentives to do cool things. That's super cool. I really appreciate that, guys.
So yeah, there's definitely a lot at stake out here and some prizes, big prizes to win. So we will see.
I mean, if you like prizes.
We'll also be giving out some red and gold coins courtesy of Hormesis for 101 wins out there.
Lucky's breaking out from the blue side. Revo from the red. Benny Carroll runs and shoots to the snake corner, gets in there alive. Lucky all the way to the 15, gets shot cross field, trades out. Lucky comes through the middle, looking to get another one, goes into the tower. I think he gets in there alive, Matty. Nope, they catch him. Yeah. 4 on 5 advantage for Revo.
Mason coming off, Tilbury coming off. So some body dropping here for the Lucky 15s. They're on the blue side of the field, but they still have Ripple up in the center. He's at the wall. See Revo here on your screen. Just kind of being pinched back into their bunker, still feeling a lot of pressure. 7 minutes to go, and they have a 2-point lead.
Yeah, Revo's in cruise control here, Matty. 4 across the back, just communicating, shooting their guns.
It's interesting, though, because they have the lead on the body count, but the Lucky 15s are still putting a lot of pressure on them. And the Baltimore Revo is smart, though, and realized that, well, I'm not going to come out into a lane right now and give up my body for free. And then Benny Carroll, nicely timed move, goes right into the snake as those guns had shifted towards his teammates. So.
And Benny moves really, really well, but he's got amazing timing. Like, he's one of those guys that you want on this side of the field because he's able to stay alive. And then when the time is right, he gets in that snake and capitalizes. Lucky 15 losing another play, 2 more players, Matty. I think it's a 4-on-1 now.
Yeah, Levy and Moore taking the walk. It's just Mason again. So is the last player left alive, except he was in the back center last time. Now he's up in the middle. Actually, no, Nick Ripple. Nick Ripple, last player left alive. Benny Carroll comes through. He doesn't see him.
He's got to do a better job of checking off the wall. That's the second time we've seen him go by the wall without checking that off. That guy could easily have blown his head off twice now.
Well, he did end up getting that kill, but he had to get all the way into their backfield to do it. So it did look like Ripple had just kind of moved out of that spot and moved up a little bit, though, and was blocked out slightly from, I mean, Benny attempted to check off. He just didn't see anyone in that first glance. And then he also was cognizant enough to look inside to make sure that maybe there was someone I missed, and then that's when he did get that free kill, shot him in the back. So great job at Benny Carroll, looking smooth and methodical, yet still aggressive over here. And he's died early a couple times, but everybody that plays that position, it's a hard one over here. You're going to be having to work yourself up into position. You're going to have to deal with the timing. Yeah, it's very technical. So look for the Ryan Greenstands, the Marcelo Margots, Benny Carroll looking good. But those types of players over here to methodical aggression is going to be the best thing you could do on this snake side. Right now tied up 1-1, Legion, NRG Elite. There's still 10 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. Looks like
Legion dropping their first player.
And Karslev is having a rough one over here this morning on that D side. He's either getting shot off the break or out of his spot multiple times.
NRG and Red Legion both with a player up on the 50. NRG now 2 players up. Oh, but he goes up. Looks like he's got a hit on his pod. Referee's coming in. If he's got a hit on there, might be a penalty. Yes, it is. Yep, player moving through the middle field for Energy had a hit on his pod. The referee saw it when he moved and then pulled the penalty spot, the second player. But another Red Legion player coming out, Maddie. So I think it's a 3-on-3 now.
Yeah, tense moments here is Britnikoff in the snake, and he's looking inside. Sergey at the tower.
I like him taking a more offensive role here. I think that's important.
Well, they're going to need it, right? Because they don't have anyone on the D side. 3 bodies left alive. Is there 4 for Legion? Do they have someone in the back corner bunker on the D side?
I can't see. I don't think so. I think 2 walked out.
So Malloy's going to get into Snake 2, and he's got Smotroff right behind him. Sergey's been at that tower. That might be it, though, for Legion.
I think it's 3-on-3.
So they're going to need this offense here out of Malloy because they don't have anyone on the D side to work with. As Sergey's more towards the center.
Yeah, so center's in that center Dorito tower. Smotroff backing up Britnikoff over here. So it's 2 players now for Red Legion and Snake. And again, very closely contested game. This is 1-1 with just under 9 minutes left. Energy dropping another player, so 2-on-3 advantage now for Red Legion. Looks like both players, though, for NRG are on the D side of the field, which is going to make it very hard for them to contain Britnikoff over here. As Britnikoff's trying to get the cross shot on the pack in the tower. He gets the shot. At the same time, he's going to go forward and put pressure and get the elimination on the D side. He gets it, and that's Tau. Point for Red Legion. It'll be 2-1 with 8:24 left in the match. Very closely contested match, Maddie.
Yeah, Legion with some close games out here already. Close one against the Lucky 15s. They lost that first match. So they must-win situation. How frustrating would it be if Energy Elite comes back and Legion takes 2 losses? You only get 3 games.
You're done.
That's it. You're done essentially.
The whole season just over.
But in the first 3 sets of
I'm
morning
saying.
1 at
over.
World Cup.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And New York got the draw where they only play 1 game the first day and 2 the second game. I'm like, oh man, I'm so much happier with that.
Yeah,
obviously, I didn't tell the team that, but just between me and you, don't let it get out.
It's tough because if it goes really well for you, like look at the Lucky 15s, right? They also have spent their entire paintball lives hoping for this moment to show up to World Cup, here now Champions Cup, and prove themselves. So if they can pull off 2 wins, then they'll have a little bit more time to smile. Obviously, still 1 more game to go, but almost collision in the center of the field, off the break, as both teams setting a body. Revo coming off, looks like not a good break here.
It's down to 2, Matt.
Yeah, Lucky 15's losing
1.
Losing 2 for sure, now 3.
About to be a
maybe
4-0
4.
match.
Yeah, this is
5.
Just Clint Moore left alive here, Ultimo Revo, and a quick concession for the Lucky 15s, 4-0. 5 minutes and 35 seconds left.
Revo's looking pretty good, Matt. I know you thought they were going to struggle this event, but
That's a
I don't see
lie.
I don't see it.
I
don't know, and I also don't know why you're so critical of those guys. They seem like really nice guys.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about dark horses, Revo is a legit dark horse because they've just the past 2 seasons they've lost a huge amount of their core and starters that they've had years before, and they just still remain relevant. And I thought Benny Carroll's a big pickup. Velez was a big pickup. I mean, Chris Shear is a star. That guy made the All-Star team. Unfortunately, the weather, again, it just does not want us to play an All-Star game this year.
I feel like Chris Shear's a star pretty much on any roster at this point.
Yeah, and then Henry's, again, that team is good. So, and then now Tom Force coming in. Future's pretty bright for Revo.
Penalty for Energy. Player ran a shot to the corner, was eliminated. Referee screamed at him. He kept playing, and that gets you a penalty. This is giving Red Legion the break that they may need to put another point up on the board and give themselves a lock on this match. Energy dropping another player from back center there. Looks like Austin gets shot at back center.
Yeah.
Energy on just 2 players, Matt.
Weaver's still alive. He had his gun towards the D side. Lots of deaths coming off the other side. As soon as he switches his gun, he looks right into a ball, so not much the Weaver could do. And Energy Elite with that 1 body in the back center, and yeah, that's going to be it. So pretty quick point here for Legion. Going to get a little bit of a cushion. 7 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Yeah, I thought after watching Energy play that first point that they'd kind of figured out the field a little bit more, but it looks like they're still struggling.
Yeah, a little bit, right? But
and like we just talked about, if they lose this match, their second match, then the program is an amazing program, and they've been getting better and better. But their year is over. They gotta go back.
And who knows what this offseason is going to bring, too.
For everybody, right?
Yeah.
There's players going everywhere from all different teams, a lot of different crazy stuff going on. And it's just been one of those, like, the season has gone so fast. And then with losing that day for Cup, it seems like Cup's going to go so fast. You know, it's like before you know it's over. And if you've made mistakes, you don't know about it until it's too late. And you're like, we blew it. We went to World Cup again thinking we were prepared and we weren't.
Yeah, so, and then after the conclusion of this match, we're going to see Dynasty taking on Houston Heat and Impact playing the Toulouse Tauntauns. And the return of Oliver Lang is happening.
Who?
Oliver Lang, may have heard of him?
Where would I know him from?
He used to play paintball against us back in the day.
O's back.
Yes, yeah,
Amazing.
he's back. He's back. So Oliver Lang, widely recognized as the greatest of all time, making his return. Hasn't really played competitive paintball in 6 or 7 years, but he's been practicing with Dynasty the past two weekends, and
It was fun watching him play.
we just don't know how many spins he's going to get, but they are in the top 4. So Dynasty, Impact, Heat, and the Tauntauns are playing these games to kind of figure out the seeding for the top 4, as teams that won major events got buys, and then Houston Heat didn't win an event this year so far, but they finished in the top 3. So Impact and Dynasty had won 2 majors, so that's why Heat's in. And then the Tauntauns won the European Championships, and that's why they're in. But I don't think they have Axel. Axel's playing with Impact, and that's a huge part of the offense for the Tauntauns.
For sure. Revo dropping their first player here, Maddie.
We'll see if Lucky 15s can get some win at their back. It's interesting though, because it's 4-0. So on paper, you're thinking if it finishes this way or keeps going Revo's way, they beat up on the Lucky 15s. But 2 of these points came down to one-on-ones.
Yeah.
It's just the rookies couldn't beat the vets in those one-on-ones, and that has been the big part of the story here in this matchup.
Literally
why the score is weighted.
that close.
So close.
That
so
close. 68th of an inch.
Yeah, and in some other universe that's not even that far away from this one in a parallel place, it's 2-2. So
Please don't start that stuff on Friday morning. I don't have the bandwidth.
Oh man, I was bored yesterday, so got to get it going early.
Lucky releasing, going into that wing. I love that move. Gets in there clean. Even if they know he's there and they try to get him, Lucky 15 is set up to protect him.
Well, Coffee's in a good spot here into Snake 3. And another body coming off right now for Revo. So Lucky 15's looking like they're trying to get on the board. And if they can do this, if they just relatively quick,
There he goes.
with 4:20 left,
Revo down to 2, Matt.
they're turning this into a 3-point game here shortly as they're past the 50 in the middle of the field. They got Coffee also past the 50. Looks like Coffee got clipped out though, so it's a little bit of a tough death for Coffee.
He got Benny off the field before he went.
No, it's a 1-for-1 trade, but if they do make it on to Sunday and you have a death like that in a moment like this, those are the mistakes they can't be making if they want to be a top-level team.
Those are the ones you look back
Beat the
and
best
I really screwed us. Oh.
Because now this is going to slow their attack down a little bit here. Here comes Levy, and Levy is really playing well right now for the Lucky 15s. He's been their standout so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Clint also playing very consistent.
Clint defensively more, Levy offensively more.
But
right?
he's the guy that has to play that way because he has all these missiles, and so the missiles go and create the chaos, and then Clint cleans it up. So
basically like when we were playing, you were the
he's the
missile,
cleaning crew.
I was the cleaning guy.
Totally. So that's kind of how it works on that squad. But yeah, Lucky 15's on the board right now. Levy is playing really well for him here at this event. So see if he can keep it going. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left in a 3-point spread. It's a tall order with the way that Revo's playing. Definitely a bend don't break moment right now for Revo.
Yeah, I think Revo's just going to switch gears, come back out and smash Lucky. I think they've just been kind of cruising on that 4-point lead.
Just trying to burn clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see there's Levy past the 50 here. And just eating people up in gunfights, staying real tight. And then comes around, getting a little 2-pack to close. Comes in and dices up O'Mara. Yeah, Levy's playing solid. As we see the conclusion of those replays. Yeah, so now NRG Elite in a similar situation. Down by 2. More time left in this one. 7:43 to go.
Yep. Red Legion pocket up, doing almost exactly what Revo did that first point when they went up a few points. Same exact spots, doing the same exact thing. 2 guys doubling up, each guy in the containment. 1 guy kind of peppering over the top of the wall. Those 5 spots controlling the whole field. Sergey in the center can.
Bowen up at the 50
Yep,
here at the
Bowen.
wall for NRG Elite. And here comes Sergey, going to go right at each other and trade out. Even 1-for-1 trade. And both teams trying to get in position off of that. Abel is at the wedge. Slightly better field position with Caleb Abel at the wedge for NRG Elite.
Yeah, I don't like him playing defensive positions. You know what I mean? Like, to me, he's one of those guys that you want methodically moving down the snake or methodically moving down Doritos. You put him in, like, he's just now made 3 defensive moves to defensive positions when they're down by 2 points with not very much time. Like, I think they're putting him in the wrong spots. You know, sometimes you play the right guy but the wrong spot. Like, yeah, he's one of our starters, but then we don't really know where to put him, so he's put him in a spot.
Well, he's made a few tactical retreats here, and he's now back at the mini wall as he was at the wedge, and they're down by 2 and there's 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Krill has been at that can in the center of the field there, left-hand side of your screen. This is Legion's on the red side. But Legion with a 2-point lead, it's not up to them to push forward here.
No, I could not agree more.
Yeah, it's 4-4 on the count. It's up to NRG Elite. NRG Elite, Legion will be totally content to sit here and just play a patty cake pillow fight, snapshot battle at distance for the next 2 minutes, no problem.
And Caleb Abel was the one that was in the position to do the attacking. He could have gone forward to the wall, and there's 4 or 5 bunkers you can play off of that center wall. Or if he was going to back out to the snake side to go down the snake, or if you're going to back out to the Dorito side, attack when you get out there because you're down by 2 players, but down by 2 points, and your guys in the 2-4, which are the outside bunkers, are on the gaps.
Yeah, NRG Elite is just falling right into the Legion's trap right now.
And they doesn't look like they talked about, hey, listen, this is how much time's left on the clock. This is where we need to be at like 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes into this point. If we're not there, then I'm probably going to have to concede this point, go back out with a more aggressive lineup and start over again.
Yeah, and Legion and NRG Elite, both of these teams must-win situation. They lose either one of these teams. Whoever loses this game, that's it. Your World Cup's. You have one more game, but you're not going to make it through.
Yeah.
I mean, barring some absolute craziness, but with 3 games, you lose 2.
No matter how amazing your story was this year getting here, and how amazing it was going to be when you won, and like how happy we were going to be to tell that story, we're not going to get to tell any of that because everyone's going to forget about you because you lost the first day in your second match.
It's crazy, but that's. Oh,
that's the hard goal.
Big
nice
outside
dig.
move, digging out wide.
Moves
well, but going backwards here. But they need some offense, right? And he just feels that he doesn't want to create that offense from the center. Jason Dennis, he might be out of paint. Dennis doesn't look like he has any more.
That's why he's moving forward, though. But Kirill's waiting for him.
Yeah.
Kirill's just literally been sitting there the whole time waiting for him.
Kirill has just been completely disciplined and posted up on this lane and not letting anyone move up for the past 2.5 minutes. Now Dennis is going to get to the 50
over the wall.
He's out of paint, so he comes over and gets a check. Yeah, he's down to whatever's in his loader.
He's going to see if he can shoot Kirill. See if he can win a little snapshot here. If he can shoot Kirill, he can jump over into the snake or go forward into the wing. Oh, he gets a lucky. He looks at his hopper, but he's okay. Dennis now looking defensively on the Dorito side. Red Legion's burned off about 3.5 minutes already at this point.
Legion has done a great job so far. And NRG Elite's been trying to find it. They've been proactive moving around, but...
Yeah, just been taking a little bit too long.
But they're going sideways mostly and slightly back occasionally, and they just really haven't been moving forward much. And I understand why. I mean, every time they look out there, they're getting somebody shooting paintballs through the lane that they want to run through. But at a certain point, you're going to have to just put the guy in and try to make a move.
You got to commit, right?
Because there's 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, and you're down by 2. If Legion can win this point and burn another minute off, then it's really going to put NRG Elite with their backs to the wall.
Yeah, Chris Jensen down here looking at the clock, making sure he knows exactly how much time is left, and exactly what this score is, because he's got a tough decision to make here to either concede this point or let the NRG guys continue to play it.
And he's running out of bullets.
Oh, Britnikoff gets caught going out. Oh, he's going to get a penalty. Oh, he just gets a penalty. That is a big mistake.
Bad mistake for somebody that we don't really see that.
Wow, you never see him make that mistake.
That really opens the door here for NRG Elite. It's a 2-on-4 situation right now. Let's see if they can close. Kirill's going to have to roll the dice as...
2 NRG later players get eliminated, Matty. It's a 2-on-2 here, I think.
Ooh, Kirill might save this one. Paritny comes through and stays alive in that, runs through and dives over, hitting that buzzer.
Wow,
I think Paritny, and that might be the coffin nail here for NRG Elite. It was, I mean, it looked like they got a huge gift. They definitely, well, first of all, it didn't look like. They got a huge gift. Minor penalty assessed on Malloy. It pulls out a body inside. It leaves pretty much just Kirill out here, and Kirill realizes, looks back, and goes immediately into offense, right? And during that chaos, he slipped through untouched, and it looks like dives over, hits that buzzer, and might have saved this one here for Legion. And depending on how things go, and talk about big moments, well,
That was big.
that was a huge moment there for leader Krill Pritney. Took him, he's fought through a lot in his career. Blew his Achilles out one time and was out for a long period. So I came back from that elite and still looked amazing. And then obviously just couldn't get over here to play for quite a bit of time with everything going on, COVID, all that else. It's just finally able to make it over and making his presence felt.
NRG down by 2 with 2:47 left. Get some time to hear the guys in the pits talk about what they're doing the next point, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a little technical timeout here, and definitely want to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors, McKinley, Mosley, and Associates. There's their contact. They represent people and businesses, property claims against insurance companies. A couple hurricanes that have gone through. If you need some help, these are your guys and girls, and they've been putting up some cash, $1,000 for best move on Sunday, and $500 for the best move at the prelims. And now all that money goes directly to the players. So yeah, definitely support the people that support us, and there's quite a bit of that here at this event. Robbie Goldsmith's whiskey company, Silver Belly Whiskey, is giving away a custom whiskey bottle for the best defensive move and player of the tournament. So that's an interesting new addition. We got Bunker Kings giving away money to the MVP. We got a carbon golden barrel to give out. So lots of prizes out there.
Are there any prizes for the tallest commentator?
No, there aren't. Sorry.
I'll continue to be salty. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you taller than me?
I'm definitely better looking than you are.
That's true. I'll give you that. So yeah, still here on this technical timeout as we have Lucky 15s getting ready to go. So it looks like they have Carol Moore. Thought I saw Nick out there. Nick Ripple. So Nick Ripple coming over from Breakout Spa and guesting here with the Lucky 15s in their big moment. And looks like Tommy Carroll is out there as well too. And can't see, I think they got to play Levy. I mean, Levy's just been on fire. Looks like we might have a replay. So here's the moves coming through. See, Energy Elite launches as Kirill goes. Somehow doesn't put a ball on Kirill. And Karslev has been struggling out here, and he just saves him right here. So Karslev has his gun up, and if he doesn't shoot this guy right here, then it's curtains for Kirill. So Kirill able to live through that because Karslev had his back.
Yep, and then Kirill gets the kill in front of him and gets the next kill.
And then Kirill comes through, dives over, looks up, and realizes that he just, saved that point, but with the way things are going for Legion, because they needed a win here, and depending on how things go in their next game, because I don't know if 2 wins is going to get them on, depending on what the spread is.
Yeah, could be the difference one
but
or the other.
But if they do go on and have a big moment out here like they have in World Cups past, that could be that one defining moment.
Yeah, for sure.
So great job by Karslev, after struggling a little bit now, and then and a great job by Kirill.
Referees are continuing to have a meeting out there. I'm not sure what they're talking about, but they're definitely a lot of zebras down there having a confab.
Yeah, was there any controversy that they're discussing, or?
I feel like there's always controversy, whether we're aware of it or not.
Yeah, so everyone is intelligently hiding in the shadows. You want to keep that paint away from the sun, as it can. It's not that hot out here right now, but it's starting to get a little hot. It's going to be in the low 80s today. So it looks like they're going to be, we have a hurricane coming through, so they have to fix things here. It looks like they're going to be working on the scoreboard for just a second. So we're going to take a quick break, hear a few words from our sponsors, and we will be right back. Stick with us.
dedicated and have a lot of passion and love for the sport. I think that these girls are very hungry and they're ready to go prove to everybody what they can do. We're very, very aggressive. Be ready for us, and be ready for us to be on their side of the field. We are.
Paintball has always been slightly an obsession, and I think that's the same for a lot of the girls out here. We're all super thrilled to be out here. We all want to show our skill set and that we belong out here. We have a lot of fast.
Jumping back into it here after a technical timeout. Lucky 15s taking on Revo and down by a couple points. Revo with a 3-point lead, seeing if the Lucky 15s, now they're just gonna have to start running into these guns. They're good at that though. Lucky 15s,
We'll see.
Some of the best I've seen in the past few years at just running into guns with people that know that they're coming. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left. We'll see if they can pull it off, but
Lose one,
off the
maybe
break,
lose two.
yeah, off the break shots dialed in right now as Lucky 15s do lose 2.
They make the snake though.
They get Coffee into the snake. He's looking inside. Benny Carroll dropping for Revo, so it's a 4-on-3 situation here in favor of Revo. Oh, another body coming off right now for Lucky 15s from that D side.
Yeah, it's starting to look rough here for Lucky 15. Coffee's in that snake, Matty, but he's not doing anything.
Yeah, down by 3 with 3 minutes, and you just lost a bunch of bodies. You either are worried about spread, or you need to just start riding that reckless edge if guys aren't going to concede.
He's kind of zoning up the center of the field, but Revo's not looking to attack.
But the issue, though, I think, is that they can't. The Lucky 15s can't take a big loss here. They have a win on the board already, and it was by 2 against Legion, so they have that 2-point spread.
Yeah.
If it ends exactly like it is now, they're still the -1.
Yep.
It's not going to end as it is now, obviously, but so they just can't take a big loss, right?
Coffee with a good shot, cross field, gets an elimination.
Yeah, tense moments right now here is.
Oh, look at this.
Big move, Baltimore Revo. Here comes Rob Velez. He comes down and just dunks on Coffee, and he's going to get that crossfield kill. Maybe he doesn't need to do it, as he's going to run in and hit that buzzer. Actually, towel thrown in right before he got there to preserve a couple seconds. That was a beautiful move by the veteran Rob Velez, who's been playing outstanding here. 1-on-1-on-1. That was a nice little moment there. Just perfect move on Coffee.
And Matt, Coffee played a really, really good game, but he did not look heads up enough, right? He let Velez know that, hey, I'm just going to stay inside, so if you come down the tape and get me, you're going to get me clean, and you can probably get another guy. He's got to be able to put pressure up the field as well as across the field. Great move there from Velez reading that.
Yeah, Rob Velez here on your screen. Let's listen in real quick if we can.
3 seconds.
A little choppy on the audio there. It's quite a bit of ways we got to go with that wireless, but yeah, hell of a point there for Rob Velez. And that's a pretty nice little cushion here for Revo, who looked great today, man. They looked awesome against NRG Elite. They looked real good against this young, scrappy Lucky 15 squad. And then now NRG Elite, the inside and out route to the snake off the break with Bowen, and it doesn't work out as he comes off early. But NRG Elite down by 3 now with 2:35, knowing they need to take ground. They do take that center 50 wall off the break looking D side.
And Krill's taking, Krill's taking the early walk for Legion. So 4-on-4 here. Yeah, and like now NRG should be attacking, right? And they are attacking. So if they get caught doing so, you can't really give them a hard time being down by 3 points. I feel like they should have been attacking a little bit earlier. 3-on-3 here, Maddie. NRG getting into player into the snake. Insert here. NRG player getting a check right now. Looks like it might be Austin. Looks like he's okay. He's in that juice box. So NRG with Snake now. Oh, get shot going in Snake Man. I said 2 on 3, I believe. Red Legion with 3. NRG with 2.
Legion just rolling the guns, trying to finish this one off. Ideally for Legion, they'd like this win to be as big as possible, so
Sure.
as soon as they feel like they have the opportunity to move forward, they will. They won't probably just sit and let the time expire because
No,
they did
want
drop.
They need that margin.
Yeah, they dropped by 2, so yeah, need to win as big as they can. And there goes another kill. It's Button taking the walk here for Energy Elite.
Energy with just 1 player left alive now. They're probably going to be forced to concede this point. Man, I feel bad for NRG. Their program is really strong. They've been working really well, and unfortunately, they got a tough draw at Cup, and they had a couple bad matches. And because it's 3 matches instead of 4 matches, their event's over with, man. Their season.
They haven't been as consistent, obviously, as they would like to be.
Nobody's as consistent as they'd like to be.
But they did take a 4th place this year.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that was the glimmer of hope that, like, hey, this is their program. That's what I'm saying. Their program is doing well. You made it to the finals.
Yeah, if you're good enough to make it into the semifinals, that's pretty impressive. I mean, at that point in time, they had the 13th at the beginning of the year, then 4th, and they beat Aftermath, and then they lost to Heat by 4. This is at the event in Texas. But they beat Revo at that event. They beat Aftermath twice. They beat the Ironman. I mean, Energy has some talent, and they continue to refine and get better.
They work really, really well.
Yeah, I just think they need to have a real solid offseason. If they can, try to pick up a star or 2, again, if possible. But I know they've been trying to go after players the past couple years. So
they probably need to fix that problem first, right? If you're trying to get players and you can't, figure out why. Fix that problem and then build from there.
But yeah, it's just and then sometimes you just have a rough day, right? You know, it could be all the prep in the world and everything's going well, and it just doesn't matter.
You could have not gotten sleep last night. Any little thing can go wrong and just completely screw you. And once you lose that first match, there's so much more pressure on you now that now you've got to go win the second match. And when you're playing against the best teams in the world, nothing's given to you, man.
Yeah. So. Clock is stopped at 27 seconds before the start of this next point. A 4-point lead here for Revo, and as we talked about in the last one, the situation's the same here. Lucky 15s really need to be careful to not take a huge loss here on the point spread, because even if they lose this game and it's close, they still potentially do have a chance to move on to Sunday if they can get a big win in the next one. However, if they lose this one by a ton of points, it's going to make it exponentially more difficult because point spread is massive, especially with 3 games.
If they win that next one, there'll be negative points.
Yeah, so Baltimore Revo, they look great, though. And also coming up next here, San Diego Dynasty, Houston Heat. Oliver Lang's return with San Diego Dynasty, and Dynasty been on a run past 2 years. Houston Heat due for a win, as so consistent, but have not yet able to put up a win in 2022. Did win an event early in 2021, and then Impact's on a roll. 2 wins for them. They're going to be playing the Tauntauns, see what the Tauntauns have here at World Cup. But lots of awesome paintball. The most important event of the year going down. And it is Veterans Day. We will have the Commanders Cup, the Army versus Navy and Marines versus the Air Force. I believe it's also the Marines' birthday today, so shout out to all the Marines out there. I'm from San Diego, so I know quite a few of them over the years.
Camp Pendleton strong.
Absolutely. So here we go. Nope, still not quite. I thought the clock was running for a second. It's gonna be interesting, because everyone's asking me, well, is Oliver Lang back? And I'm thinking, I don't think he knew, or anyone knew, or Dynasty knew until he started to go to practice. I was there at the practice, the 3-day practice. You were there as well too, and he played well enough, won some one-on-ones to start. If anyone didn't hear the story, he goes out and beats Yoshi in a one-on-one, beats Dalton in a one-on-one singles, and then plays Harris Hussein best of 5 and beats Harris 3-2. And he hadn't really shot a paintball gun in like 6 years, so that was kind of a cool start.
Yeah, as a longtime personal friend, I told him, Oliver, I love you to death. Just stop playing, right? Just walk away and be like, you guys are horrible. I haven't played for 9 years. You guys are ridiculous.
But I mean, yeah, but he said I don't want to come in and mess things up. I'm not trying to come in here and and mess with this well-oiled machine that's been on this run for the past couple of seasons. He's in it, but if I'm playing well enough, yeah, I would like to get some spins, but he's not going to force that. That's up to Skinny Kevin, their coach, who's done an amazing job past 2 seasons and taken over from Rusty Glaze.
I think just to set an example, Skinny should sit all over. Just just everyone else on the team, like, hey man, I will sit you guys. I just sat all over.
Send a message.
That's a strong message.
But it is interesting because in this these matches that they're playing for seeding in the top 4, it matters because it's a tune-up for them to go play. But whether you're 1 or 4, it really depends on once we get the 4 out of the 20 in the teams in the lower ranks. Who knows that's going to be.
Yeah.
So. And the 4th team out of that could be stronger, maybe than playing better than the 1, depending on who shows up on Sunday. That's how crazy this sport is. Okay, looks like we're getting things going here. 10 seconds or 20 seconds to go.
See if Lucky goes with a full send or kind of a conservative breakout here. You can guess which one we're hoping for.
I'm hoping full send.
Full send.
Well, they go to the snake. Lucky 15's body the snake off the break, and he makes it clean. And then they're going to release more and did not attack the center, though. Instead, Revo sends a body to the 50 up the center like that, but he's about to get shot in the back.
Yeah, Revo goes hard D-side.
Oh, it's Greeny. So Greeny getting a spin, and he's going to get 1, he's going to get 2, maybe a little 3-pack here for Greeny to make this one interesting for the Lucky 15s. And he does. He gets 3-pack so far here for Greeny. And he's still alive in here in the snake. Is he going to try to do it single-handedly?
Nice work.
James Green, a.k.a. Greeny, getting his spin over here in the snake and going off, just stacking up kill after kill. And a little quick point right now for the Lucky 15s to pull within 3 with about 1:30 left.
If they just did that every time, Matt.
Yeah, if it was that easy.
Score would be way closer right now.
What a great performance there. Getting his opportunity and making the most of it. James Green, number 42 for the Lucky 15s.
Take that on the break. I couldn't see where secondary.
Break.
Nice.
Yeah. No one picked him up.
Inside out, Rod? Inside out or outside?
Not even that inside out. I mean, kind of just went right at it from the angle that I saw.
Like his style. Like where his head's at.
Yeah. Superman dived in there and got in there clean. Looks like a timeout called. In the pits here, you can see with Revo.
NRG down by 4, man.
Yeah, so there's Tom Four. It's new owner, new co-owner here of Baltimore Revo. There's Chris Shearer, that's their all-star. Rob Velez has been going off. There's Mark Barolo, owner of Sandana. He sent me a Sandana. Did he send you one? Oh, he didn't say.
No, thanks, Mark.
Well, that's what you get for being so mean to him all these years.
I was doing the same thing. They have a center guy.
And there's Greg Rostek. So, yeah, they're having a day.
Yeah, they're certainly playing well. And again, like from just the amount of games that we've seen on the field so far, we have a kind of an understanding of how we think the field's going to play. And Rev was one of the first teams that came out here and kind of played the way we thought the field was going to play. You know, play aggressively those first few points, get up a couple points, and then really do a good job of just locking the field down, containing and grinding that lead out.
Absolutely. Legion, 4-point lead over NRG Elite. They would love to make it 5. Needs every point that they can get because they do have a loss. It is going to be interesting with the 5 brackets of 4 and only the 3 games, Rich. What is it going to take to get you on?
100%, yeah. What's the magic number? And all I'd like to see here from NRG, from the players and from the coaching staff, Maddie, is just that they go out and try to win these points. You know, whatever it ends up, whether you end up going home or going forward, at least just going out, showing that you understand, hey, this is where we're at in the match. This is where we're at against this team. This is how we feel the field should be played, and just go out, do their best to execute that so they have something to build on and go forward to the next season. Otherwise, you know, what do you take positively away from this? If you just go out and lose your first 2 matches and don't really do anything positive in either one of them. NRG getting up to the wall, but getting caught going up there.
Oh, chaos there in the center.
Diego goes through.
Diego is catching some in there after the chaos. But just 12 seconds left to go. It looks like probably going to see it end 5-1.
Andreas now taking the walk from the snake. 1 Red Legion player left alive. Looks like over there in the towers. I think it's Smotroff. Dicing him up. So NRG's going to win that point. No, they're not. The match is over. But at least they were, you know, NRG was attacking and doing the things that they needed to win that point. Had it been a few seconds longer, they would have won that point. I feel like if they'd have been playing more offensively through the middle of the field earlier in the match, they would have had a better chance of winning this.
I agree with you. It just looked like NRG didn't have the field dialed in that first game against Revo.
Yes, that first 2 points, that's exactly my read.
But then they started off well against Legion, right? But then they just let Legion get into that groove. They didn't get the best of those the close ones, and Legion had a couple big moments. So Legion now still has an opportunity here at the Champions Cup to move on. They're 1-1, and with that decent spread, tomorrow when we see them play their third game, if they win that one by a big margin, probably going to have a decent chance to move on to Sunday. It's just we don't normally have the brackets this way. We don't normally have 5 brackets of 4 and only 3 games. It's the only way we could do it with the Hurricane.
Lucky 15, Snake, inside out, makes it alive.
They send Greeny to the Snake off the break, and he makes it in again clean. Might have got bounced, though, as he asked for a check, but he's good to go. Goes, crawls up. There's no one in there with him, and there's no one out wide, so he's going to have that whole side.
You can see the player in the wedge just following the referee down the side of the field to see where that Snake guy is.
Ooh, Greeny looking inside here, and here comes Levy, who's been outstanding for him today.
Levy can go left and get 2 or 3 right now.
Levy could definitely cut through the center. Oh, and he comes over the top, and it dices up Velez. 60 seconds left to go. Greeny gonna launch, he gets one inside. Levy's still alive as well, too. Can they do it here? There definitely looks like they're gonna get this one as Mason hits the afterburners.
Nice.
Actually, Levy might have beat him there.
That's a good point.
Yeah, really good point here is the full court press, both sides of the field with some offense, some lucky 15s, and it's gonna be 3-5. That's that speed that we talked about here at the lucky 15s as advertised.
Speed kills, baby.
Yeah, so with Greeny having such an awesome point in that last one, sent him in again. He makes it clean again. Might have got bounced, though, as he did ask for a check. But then Levy has just, I love the timing we're seeing out of Levy. He's put himself in really good positions multiple times, and he was on to their side of the field, had the opponent on the other side. I don't think he knew he was there. And there was a moment that he could have ran through and shot pretty much everybody, or at least got 2 or 3 of them, but still made the most of it. And then the D side was also blown open as well, too. Revo just couldn't hold on. And also this game brought to you by Carbon, talking about all these different things that are up for grabs here for the elite players who step up. We got money at stake and guns, and also that MVP going to be getting the golden barrel from Carbon, given out the past few years, the best player at the tournament. And also coming out with their new Carbon Zero goggles. You can learn more. Go to carbonpaintball.com. That's crbnpaintball.com. There's a look at it right now.
And again, when we have true X ball, which means there's only 2 teams in the deck, there's a 2-minute gap between the points, so it takes a little bit longer for the teams to get out there and for us to enjoy our paintball.
It's starting to become a little bit of a beautiful day here.
Man, every day is a beautiful day hanging out with you, buddy.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I would not say that the Hurricane Nicole day was a beautiful day. But
well, you weren't here, so yeah, I wasn't hanging out.
I was here for a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was probably doing something. I missed you.
Well, I did do 4 hours of interviews with Houston Heat, so
How'd that go?
It went pretty good.
Nice. Anything fun?
Straight shooters with upper management written all over.
I love it.
Yeah, working on our year-end documentary feature, which will be coming out in the off-season here on Go Sports, as it has been quite the captivating year.
Yeah, lots to talk about.
And who knows how it's going to end, right? So, yeah, Houston Heat is coming up next, going to play Dynasty, and Houston Heat is overdue for a win. So consistent this year. The worst they've done is 6th place. The only time they made it to the finals, though, they lost to Dynasty by quite a big margin. They got mercy ruled 7-1. So
yeah, that was a rough match.
But Houston Heat historically does incredibly well at Cup. I mean, going back to 2019 and 18, where they won it 2 years in a row.
They call themselves the Modern Shock.
They did say that was part of the thing they said. One of them said in the interviews. So.
And then the Shock guys shut that right down, and they didn't say it anymore. Just kidding.
Yeah, well, Shock guys are watching from the sidelines now, and Houston Heat's still doing it. So they still have some chances to put up some more wins. But it is going to start by playing Dynasty coming up next. So don't go anywhere for that. Let your people know across your social media networks that the best in paintball players on planet Earth throwing down. They're sending Greeny to the Snake off the break. Can he make it 3 times in a row? No, it looks like Revo finally sweet spots him out. Might be losing Tilbury as well, too. It looks like he makes it clean, but they're going to lose more. So this is not the start that the Lucky 15s needed to try to make some sort of heroic comeback. They're going to glide Levy into the Snake. And he's going to go right to the 50 and do a little barrel roll, and he gets taken out as well, too.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I knew Benny was out in the corner.
let's see if Tilbury can do it.
Benny Carroll's working real hard in that snake corner for Baltimore Revo.
Now, Nick Ripple's still alive as well, but opportunities dwindling here for Lucky 15s. Looking like they're going to go 1-1 on the day with an even point spread, but for this rookie squad, young, hungry players, it's not a bad day at all. Earning a little bit of respect out here. But Revo is looking really good. They are the top seed in that bracket, and they're going to go 2-0 with a pretty decent point spread. Legion is going to go 1-1, Lucky 15's 1-1, and Energy Elite 0-2. But do not go anywhere, as the next set coming up, San Diego Dynasty with Oliver Lang's return and Houston Heat, again, due for a win. But how are they going to match up? Last time, they've only played Dynasty once this year, and it was in the finals at the third event, and they got blown out. So, and then also Edmonton Impact and the Tauntauns Impact on a roll. 2 wins in a row for them. Can they keep it going here at the Champions Cup? What are the Tauntauns going to look like? It's all going to get figured out here shortly. 2022 NXL World Cup, the Champions Cup, brought to you by Bunker Kings. I'm Matty Marshall here on Go Sports. We'll be back.